Hello, namaste, good morning. It's Leanne Peters here from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to share some guidance for Thursday and Friday. That's Thursday the 13th and Friday the 14th of December. So I literally just got up and I thought I'd come out here and share with you before the day gets too hot and before I get into doing other things. So I'm coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia. It is Thursday the 13th of December here at exactly 6:48 a.m. I actually had a sleep in. I got up at 6:30. That was a sleep in compared to lately. So it feels good to have a nice sleep. I trust that you're feeling good. Extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. You help me be able to do my work full stop, and especially to do it full time. So I thank you so much. Also, welcome to my Temple of Balance Facebook page, top fans. I can see you all there, so welcome and thanks for your interactions on my Facebook page. So let's get straight into it. If you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing is using my combined Speed of Light Oracle cards with my Animal Kingdom Oracle cards. People have asked me lately, why am I doing readings with the two decks like this? Like, what's the reason? The reason is because I want to and it feels good, and I created both of these decks to go together, so it was more like a curiosity, playful, fun thing to do, I thought. And why not have the opportunity of pulling 110 cards rather than 55? It gives us more I think more specific guidance, as we've started to find out, or I certainly found out for Sunday's guidance. So that's what I'm going to be doing, using these two cards. And what I'm going to do is pick one card for Thursday, one card for Friday, and then one card for the theme for Thursday and Friday. Excuse me, I'm not doing personal requests for guidance here today. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared will be helpful and supportive for you. So take on board what feels right, let the rest go. Think of this as a guide only. Don't think of this as something carved in stone that is absolutely what's going to happen. It's just a bit of fun, really, to open us up to new perspectives, new options perhaps, or look at things in a deeper way, maybe. So we'll see. I have no idea what we're going to be doing or what's going to come up, so let's let ourselves be surprised. So I trust that you're feeling good and you've had a good flowing week. There's been lots of sort of what I've been finding, a lot of shedding, a lot of almost like skin shedding, energetic skin shedding that's been going on this week. A lot of transformation. So lots of stuff going on quite personally. And I don't know about you, but it's been, except for last night, thank goodness, it's been really difficult to get a full night's sleep. Ah, no! I dropped some cards under my deck. I can't see what they are because they fell the other way up. Oh well, they slipped through the crack. Or a couple of cards short. I'll go and get them later. So we'll see what comes up for Thursday the 13th of December. So Thursday the 13th, I trust the best card will find its way to the top. And that card is this Speed of Light Oracle. And it's this card here, the Yogi, card 31. He says, 32, sorry, card 32, the Yogi. He says teacher, student, wisdom, study and leader. Now, very recently, like a week or two ago, I realised something different about this card that I'd never realised before. Excuse me, my allergies are a bit strong this morning. And that is that this card, I've noticed lately in these last few months, really shows us that on the day it comes up, or it comes up because we find a new level of understanding or a new way of looking at something. So there's like a new wisdom that we can potentially gain on Thursday. So something that we've been a bit puzzled by, something we've been confused by lately or been uncertain about, we'll probably find an understanding, a reasoning, a wisdom in that curiosity or that uncertainty on Thursday. So there's something that we're learning about life and learning about ourselves, and we're really being encouraged to stay open to looking at the new perspectives, new perceptions, and new ways of seeing whatever we've been puzzled by. I'm a big believer, and I've found it through my experience time and time again, that if I'm confused about something, if I feel unsure about something, if I'm puzzled by something, instead of trying to force my way into getting an answer, I find it best to kind of sit back and let that puzzled feeling happen and let clarity find its way to me. So, and I feel this is really what law of attraction's about. I think sometimes we think law of attraction is us going out and looking for the answer or looking for the solution or questing here and searching there. But I think and what I've found is it's more about having the puzzled space, being confused or being uncertain or having a question that we want answered, sitting in that space, then getting on with our life in other ways and letting the clarity and the solutions come to us. Because when we're in that space of curiosity or uncertainty, or when we're looking for something, if we can step back from the searching and just hold in the space of being open to the solution coming, then it's going to come. It finds its way to us rather than us looking for it, and we might look over there when it's coming from over here. So if we can step back and be open to a solution coming, an answer coming, a clarity arriving or what have you, I find it works its way to us much clearer and better and stronger. So there's something about on Thursday, something coming our way, but it's a wisdom. It's a new insight. It's new information about something that will help us see the bigger picture and help us resolve that feeling of being puzzled or uncertain. So it sounds a little bit cryptic and mysterious, but I've found, and I just love how this card is evolving, I've found that this is so true for this card, and I've found it quite a few times. So there also might be an element with this for some of us where we're stepping into our role as teacher or stepping into our role as a student, or both. So if you're going into some formal learning or something like this, then this would be appropriate for you. There's new wisdom to tap into, and we are becoming stronger and more comfortable in our role as leaders. Our role as a leader in our own life, making decisions, stepping out of our comfort zone, learning new things. We are the leaders, the pioneers in our own world. So let's step up and embrace that role just a little bit more, especially on Thursday. And I've noticed over the last month or two that there's been a lot about reclaiming our power and reclaiming our position as leader in our life and turning that feeling of victim into leader, turning that feeling of smallness into purpose. So there's a new strength that's arising in a lot of us over this last month or so. So have you been feeling it? Let's now look for, the best card for Friday the 14th of December. Friday the 14th. And we'll see which card wants to come to the top. We are forever a student of life, Claire. Thank you for saying that. It's very true. We're always learning, otherwise we wouldn't be here. But it's funny, isn't it, how many people we meet in life that think that they know everything and think that they've learned everything there is to know. Maybe because of their age or skills or something, but really we can always learn and we can always improve who we are, not based on other people's opinions, but based on what we observe for ourselves. So the best card for Friday the 14th, which is a great date, the 14th, is here. It's the Stepping In card, card 16. I haven't seen this for a little while. It says solo commitment, test, allow, and flow. So this is about opening up through our heart, opening up through our body, so opening up our sensitivity, maybe our vulnerability, but definitely opening up in our heart, and stepping in, or stepping out if you prefer, but I like the word stepping in. But stepping in and trying something new, making a commitment. And this is most likely a solo commitment. So a commitment that we need to make ourselves. Sometimes if we're waiting on other people to commit to something, sometimes we can get tired of waiting. And sometimes we just need to make a personal commitment. And then it might be something else we're committing to. Maybe breaking a habit that we've gotten into. Maybe we've been talking about quitting something, a habit that we've been doing for a while. So Friday will be very favourable and supportive to make a solo commitment and make that mental decision to commit to something now, to commit to a savings plan, to commit to breaking a habit, to commit to a new hobby or learning a new skill, starting a new project, doing something new. I don't know what that commitment might be, but there is definitely the support and the opportunity for committing on our own. Other people may be involved with the thing, but this is about our personal commitment. Do we really want to do this? We need to decide for ourselves and then make that mental and heartfelt commitment to what we want to see improve and change and what we want to step into. Let's stop talking about it. Let's stop thinking about it. Let's start backing up our thoughts and our words with action. So this is what Friday is about, and it's very favourable to do so. So if you've noticed, if you catch yourself constantly thinking about, I've got to break this habit, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, but you haven't been doing it, then Friday, it's time to put your words into action. So that's that. Make a commitment. Don't be afraid. It takes confidence to step out and decide and say, right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give this a go, and back up those words with actions. It does take confidence and courage to do so, but we are all certainly capable of doing that. So if you feel the urge, if you want to finally back up your words with action, then think about making a commitment. And it might be helpful, to get into your journal and write down what sort of commitment that you want to make. What do you want to dedicate to this, whatever it might be. Let me know what yours is. I'd love to know. I actually have to think about what mine is, won't I? Okay. Oops. The cat's fluffing around here. I'm now looking for the best card for the theme for Thursday and Friday. So the theme card will help us bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for Thursday and Friday. Now, while I'm shuffling, just a couple of things. If you're inspired by my work, please have a look on my website at templeofbalance.com.au. I've got lots of things on there that I've created and things that can support your journey. You'll find earrings. Pretty new thing that I've been making is ceramic earrings. I've got some pendants and some artwork like spirit guide drawings that you can order. We've got membership like the Pillar of Light or Patreon. There's meditations, books, my card decks, lots of things on my website if you're inspired to have a look, and if you want to learn more about the work that I do. Please visit templeofbalance.com.au. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, just send us a message through our website. I don't know if you've noticed, you probably have, I'm not having a lot of time at the moment to interact on my Facebook pages and groups with you, because I've been doing so many other things, and because there's so many wonderful people, so many of you I'm finding it increasingly harder to manage my social media and do my work. So just bear with me while I'm finding that balance. So I used to, for example, go in and like all of your comments on the videos, but when you get 400 comments and it takes over an hour to just like them all, it's something that I've had to sort of step back from. So I'm always here, and if I don't have time, Corey pops in as well to help me. But just so you know, I'm not ignoring you. I just can't interact as much as I used to be able to because of the volume of you, which is a great thing. So I thank you for being here, but I do apologise for not being as personally involved as I used to be. So things change and evolve, and I thank you for your patience with that. So now this is the theme card. It's an Animal Kingdom Oracle card. This will help us bring Thursday and Friday together. It's the good old kangaroo. Have you ever seen one? They are gorgeous. When we went camping, not that they were kangaroos, we have more wallabies or paddy melons here in Tasmania, which are smaller versions of a kangaroo. And when we went camping last month, there was just an abundance of wallabies, and wallabies with their joeys in their pouch, and the joeys would jump out when it was safe, eat a little bit of food, and then jump back into their mother's pouch, and it was adorable. It was fantastic. So the kangaroo, have you connected with them? It's card 10, and it says leap over the obstacle. So this adds a theme for Thursday and Friday of overcoming obstacles, and that it being very supportive to overcome things. And this is especially important and almost like a breath of fresh air and a sense of relief after such an intense week last week. It's eased off a little bit this week, so we're on Thursday now. It's eased off a little bit, but it's still been quite intense. Excuse me. And quite personal transformation stuff this week. We've had a lot of stuff that we've been dealing with. And so Thursday and Friday feel a bit more freeing than they have been. So it's like we're going to have the energy now to overcome obstacles that we've been dealing with and trying to figure out how we're going to work this out, how we're going to get through this. There's a feeling here of things starting to shift, things starting to resolve themselves. We might have to be proactive, but there's a sense of resolution coming. So let's find a way to leap over the obstacle, find a way through it, find a way around it. Let's let that obstacle move out of our experience now. Sometimes we hold ourselves in the obstacle and in the struggle more than we realise. The cat's... Where is the cat? I can hear her purring. She's sitting up here? No? I don't know. I can hear cat purring suddenly. So let's be careful we haven't been holding on. Like sometimes we hold on to the past without realising it. It's like a part of us wants to move on, but a part of us is scared to, or a part of us can't. So in other words, we're holding on because we're not going to be able to move on if we're holding on. So just be careful or be aware. I don't know if I had a bit of a block there, but a block in the stream, but it stopped. Let's have the courage or be aware whether we're holding on to an obstacle more than we realise, and find courage to let it go so we can move on. It's like being on a travelator thing that you find at the airports, those escalators that are flat. And let's say we're standing on the escalator and there's this big boulder right in front of us, and it's for some reason moving closer to us while we're on this escalator. And it's going to just kind of stay there unless we can have the courage to let it go, jump over it, and let that sort of travel behind so that we can move forward. There is a way over the obstacle, and sometimes it's simply our state of mind. The obstacle may still be there. We may still be dealing with whatever it is, but our attachment to it mentally is probably what needs to shift, so we can let it go as an obstacle and welcome it more as a challenge, maybe, that we can turn into an opportunity to learn more about ourselves or whatever it might be. So That's the theme card, the kangaroo, leap over the obstacle. This is very refreshing and exciting after all the heaviness that we've been bombarded with, all the information and surprises that have kind of shaken us in this last couple of weeks. So I trust it makes sense. I've used my Animal Kingdom Oracle cards and my Speed of Light combined. You can learn more about both of these decks, or either deck, at my website, templeofbalance.com.au. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I trust you have a wonderful couple of days. I have already started my second drawing for the week. I started that last night. I have to finish it today, which means probably this morning, in the next couple of hours, I'll be live streaming the finishing of that drawing on my Facebook page, Temple of Balance Facebook page. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested. What else do I need to talk about? Nothing really. I think I've covered everything. So thanks so much. Have a great couple of days, and I will connect with you again very, very soon. So sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. Thank you, and namaste.